good childhood or even a childhood. As you grew up, you realized that was once good is now great, and even the bad is still something. Value what you have because it is a blessing that many others may not have it. And value what you don't have as well. I'm taking my dream car to the city I grew up in. I spent most of my years of my early childhood and teenager and maybe even adult years in. This is a city I've poured hard work into. I remember being 12 years old coming to this city with my father, and we would wake up early at 4, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning and get everything ready and go to work. No, it wasn't child labor. It was voluntary. I loved going to work with my dad because I knew that not only was he a hard worker, but he had taught me many things, and he had taught me how to work hard for what I have. Obviously, be smart as well. Create ideas, create new ventures, opportunities to make new incomes and do new things. When I was a couple years old, my father would use me as a party trick. He would bring me to his friends that didn't have a tolerance for spice. He would give me a bottle of tapatio, and I was young, and I would just start chugging the bottle, and everybody around me would just be surprised. They would be in awe. It was a cool trick. For some of us, these memories fly past our head. It's not something that we draw our attention to. Sometimes we draw our attention to negative stuff. It shouldn't be the priority of what we spend our attention on. But I valued the memories with my father. You want to hear the supercharger one? See? Dang. Being grateful for what I had made me realize I'm ready for more, that I'm ready for more responsibility, that I'm capable of achieving new and greater things. And you can think of one thing that you are dreaming about or that you desire one day. And you just ask yourself right now, will this thing bring me peace? It might bring you happiness for a certain moment. It might bring you joy for a couple of days, minutes, seconds. But will it bring you everlasting peace? Will it satisfy you all the days of your life? If the answer is no, that's because we always want more, we always desire more. And so, although I encourage you to achieve everything you want, know that when that doesn't satisfy you, that there is an answer out there, and that answer is Jesus. A lot of people are held down by their childhood, by what's happened to them, by their traumas. And they hold on to those things and they believe that that is what defines them, what they've gone through, their experiences. And they create this character of who they are based on the trauma that they've had to deal with. Bring it to God. He frees you. He makes you new. He renews you. It says in the word that He renews your soul. He renews your spirit. That He creates you into somebody new. You are not defined by what you have done or what people have done to you, but only what you choose to do now. If you choose to accept Jesus into your heart, if you choose to live for Him, He will forgive you of everything that you've done. And He will renew you and make you new. He will give you peace. He will give you understanding. He will give you this unimaginable, this undescribable peace. I remember that I was with my cousin and we had to drive back to where I was from. Man, I hadn't slept in over 24 hours. I was really tired. We got in the car, we started driving. We were 4 hours in. I remember I kept falling asleep and we had to be there at a certain time. There was a time stamp on us. We were being rushed after trying everything I could, snacks, sugar, energy drinks, anything I could to stay awake. I was trying it. I fell asleep. And I woke up to the truck bumping. Bop, 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 bop. We were in the middle. If you don't know the way to LA, it's a two-way street, well, a two-way highway with 2 lanes on each side. In the middle, there's a division. Usually it's grass, sometimes cement, whatever it is. In this case, it was grass. So I was driving in the middle, bumping, pop, 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 pop. Once I had gained my consciousness, I opened my eyes, I woke up, I swerved to the right, trying to get out of the middle. But I wasn't fully there yet, I wasn't fully conscious yet. So when I swerved to the right, I realized I was going too far to the right, past the 2 lanes and into a ditch. And once I had realized, I swerved back to the left. And doing that, I was able to save it from going into the ditch, but it caused the truck to flip over and skid. I remember we skid over 20 feet, and I remember looking down and my cousin was sleeping the entire time. It was an older truck, and so I remember seeing the iron just melting away and him just hitting his head, bop, 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 bop. In my head, I thought I had killed my cousin, or at least I thought my cousin wasn't with me anymore. But in that moment, I was thinking to myself, because we had stopped directly in the 2 lanes in the middle with the back of the truck facing the incoming traffic. And so I remember thinking to myself, if we didn't die, there's a chance that we still might, just because the traffic can't see us. There's no light. And I just started praying for 2 seconds. I started praying and just thanking God for life and asking Him for a second chance. And when 2 seconds went by, I knew that if we hadn't gotten hit yet, that's because the traffic stopped. I got out of the truck. Obviously, it was flipped over, so I kind of had to jump out through a window. I ended up getting out. I ended up getting my cousin out as well. And I looked behind me, and man, there was so many cars and so many trucks and semis, and they were all stopped completely. And my prayer had to come true. If you knew that your life was going to be over and you were given a second chance, what would you change in your life? And the truth is that you do have that second chance right now as we speak, because you're still alive. What changes would you make in your life? What would you do differently? How would you love on others differently? How would you treat others around you? How would you walk in the life that you do have right now? I encourage you to make a difference in your life and in others.